Hi, I'm Tim Kent. This is my showcase. This is what my app looks like right here. And the first artifact I have is the database. So let me go to the database. And here's the database right here. You can see we can select all the users. We'll run that. And we've got the 2 users in there. We can go to the devices, look at those, and see the devices listed here. So this is a MySQL database, Amazon EC2 database instance. One thing that I've got in this database that's a little that's new for me is storing the images as a binary. So we can see here that we've got these images stored in here as a blob in the database. So if we load that record, those images will come up in the record. The next artifact is the API, and if we go to VS Code, we can see here that we've got our routes here, and we can select we can use these routes to manage the database. So pretty straightforward there. If we go to our REST, we can see here that we can get a request for the devices and run that, and it gives us our devices here. So if we go to our device route, we can see here that we've got a get all, get by ID, create a new record, edit the calibration area of the device, and then we got delete record here too. So all of the REST functions there in the API, and of course we'll call that from our front end. So that's called from this device right here is where we'll call that from. So if we go up here and look at our front end, we can see here that we give the device URL and get, and that'll return all of our records. And so what that looks like in the app, if we go to our app, is we'll see that if we go to devices, we've got our device list. And this device list will show the devices right here, and the name, description, status, and so forth. So if they're overdue, it'll show in the red text here. If we go to a device, we pick this here, we can see some of the details for the device. If we want to see an image of it, we'll hit image, and it'll bring up this test device image, and then we can change or delete these images right here. So for the front end, we've got HTML page. So HTML page, pretty basic. One thing that I did that I hadn't done before is use these dialogues. So we've got a number of dialogues in here to kind of make a seamless front end on it. And then we call out our module, our device module, and that's what it builds some of our elements and controls the functionality of that. But here's the front end, just HTML, pretty simple. This HTML paired with the device's JavaScript. So this is where a lot of the meat and potatoes are. But it gets it, parses it, makes the tables, etc. So I use a GitHub repository with it. I've got a few changes here still to make, but here's the many changes that I made to it. But I'll include a link to the repo in the submittal. So let me demo this for a couple minutes. So we'll do a register now, and we'll put in a test user. And before we do that, I just want to run this over here on the right side. So select the users. So we run that, and we get just our 2 users. But now we're gonna have a username test. Okay, put a password in, and we'll hit register. So we do that. Registration successful. Okay, and we'll go back. It takes us back to the index page where we can log in. So once we've done that, if we run this again, we'll see that we have a new user named test. So we show that that is working there. So if we go and we log in, it'll redirect us to the devices list. Once we're in the devices list, we can add a new device. We're just going to go through these fast. Hit create, and now we've got our CI123 item. Go over here, we'll pick image. We can change the image. I'm going to choose the image first. You can see that I've done that before. We'll pick this image, open, change the image. Image uploaded successfully. And now we have the new image in there. So that's a little bit about how the software works. We can edit these. Let's say we got to edit this, and we want to give a warning interval on here of 14 days and a standard interval of 365 days. And then we hit save. Then we can see that those appear and refresh. If we go to the reports tab, we can go here and we can filter these by the next date. We can see the overdue, gives us a list of overdue. Now I haven't changed any of these status states to inactive, so nothing will show up if I filter. So active just gives me everything. If I go to inactive, it gives me nothing because nothing's marked inactive at this point. But we can just see all here and all here, and it gives us everything. But we can apply those filters to help us manage our calibration status. So those are my artifacts and my demo for my showcase. I hope I covered all the bases. Thanks, bye.